Archaeological evidence, genetic clues, and ancient myths. For centuries, they shaped our understanding of where we come from. In this episode, we examine the science, challenge the assumption, and trace the human story back to its roots. The BBC documentary film The Incredible Human Journey explains the evidence of early human migrations out of Africa and subsequently around the world, supporting the Out of Africa theory. In the first episode, which is called Out of Africa, Dr. Alice Roberts explores the origins of modern humans in Africa. She visits Ethiopia Oma Valley, where the earliest known Homo sapiens fossils were found, and studies the Sand people of Namibia to understand early human survival strategies. Genetic evidence suggests that all non-African descend from a small group that left Africa around 70,000 years ago. Roberts investigates positive migration routes, including a coastal path along the Arabian Peninsula. This theory claims that all modern humans are descended from anatomically modern African Homo sapiens rather than from more archaic European and Middle Eastern Homo neanderthalensis or the indigenous Chinese Pekinensis. In the second episode, Roberts examines how early humans adapt to the vast and varied environments of Asia. In Siberia, she observes the Evenki people's traditional lifestyle, offering insights into ancient survival techniques. She also explores the multi-regional hypothesis in China, which posits that modern Chinese population evolved from a local Homo erectus ancestors. However, genetic studies indicate that all humans share a common African origin.
The second episode about the Dr. Robert goes into the journey of early humans into Asia, examining archaeological and genetic evidence to trace their path. The episode discusses how a small group of humans left Africa around 70,000 years ago and eventually populated in various parts of Asia. It highlights the challenges they faced, the adaptations they made, and the interactions with other human species they encountered along the way. The third episode about the incredible human journey, where Dr. Alice Roberts traces how early humans migrated into Europe. She explores how they encountered Dandelions, adapted to the cold climate of the age, and developed advanced tools, arts, and symbolic thinking. The episode highlights how these abilities may have helped Homo sapiens survive and eventually dominate the continent.
Episode 4, Australia. Roberts explores how humans reached Australia, possibly before Europe. At the Lake Mungo, she examines ancient human remains dating back over 40,000 years. In India, the Jewalapuram site suggests human presence prior to the Toba supervolcano eruption 74,000 years ago. She studies the Semang people of Southeast Asia who may descend from early migrants. The discovery of Homo floresiens on Flores Island raises questions about interaction with Homo sapiens. Roberts tests the feasibility of sea crossing using bamboo rafts, reflecting on Aboriginal myths of a central sea journey.
And now, let us examine what various theories and religions have to say regarding to the origin of humanity.
The final episode addresses how humans entered the Americas. Traditional theories suggest migration via an ice-free corridor in Canada around 13,000 years ago. However, Roberts visits sites like Monteverde in Chile and locations in Texas and Brazil, revealing evidence of earlier human presence. The Luzia Women's School in Brazil exhibits Australians' features, prompting discussions on diverse migration waves. Roberts posits that early humans may have traveled along the Pacific coastlines, exploiting marine resources. She concludes by emphasizing our shared African heritage as confirmed by genetics and archaeology.
Homo sapiens, the species to which all modern humans belong. The name Homo sapiens means wise man in Latin, and we are the only surviving members of the genus Homo. We first appeared in Africa around 300,000 years ago, and over time, we migrated to every continent, adapting to various climates and environments. What makes Homo sapiens unique is our advanced brain. It allows us to think critically, use complex language, create art, and build tools. Unlike our ancestors and other species, we develop culture, religion, agriculture, and cities. We also learn to work together in large societies, which helped us survive and thrive. However, with all our intelligence comes responsibility. We have shaped the world more than any other species, changing landscape, creating technology, but also causing environmental problems. Understanding our past helps us make better choices in the future. In short, Homo sapiens is a species defined not just by physical traits, but by our ability to learn, communicate, and innovate. Our story is still being written, and it's up to us how it continues.
Have you ever wondered who the first man and woman were in Islam? According to Islamic belief, Adam was the first human created by Allah from clay, and Hawa was created from him as his companion. They were both placed in paradise, living in peace and harmony. However, they were tested by Allah and eventually sent down to earth after being deceived by Satan. Despite their mistake, they turned to Allah with sincere repentance. This story reminds us that humans are not perfect, but Allah is most merciful and forgiving. Adam and Hawa's journey teaches us about responsibility, free will, and the importance of seeing forgiveness. They are not just the first humans, but also the first examples of faith, struggle, and redemption in Islam.
Buddhism started over 2,500 years ago with one man, a prince, who gave up his palace life to understand why people suffer. After years of searching, he reached enlightenment and became the Buddha, which means awakened one. This is not about gods or worship, it's about understanding the mind and breaking free from suffering. But Buddha thought that life is full of challenges, but there is a way out through wisdom and mindfulness. Today, Buddhism is followed by millions, not just a religion, but way of life. Norse mythology, the tale of the first humans, Oscar and Embla. When the gods Odin, Vili, and Ve were walking along the seashore after creating the world, they found two trees, or two pieces of driftwoods. One was an ash tree, and another was an elm tree. The gods decided to create the first humans from them. Odin gave them soul and life force. Vili gave them mind and feelings. Ve gave them appearance, speech, hearing, and sight. Thus, from the tree emerged Oscar, the first man, Embla, the first woman, and they became the first ancestors of all humankind. The ash tree holds great importance in Norse mythology. For example, Yggdrasil, the world tree that holds up the whole world, was also imagined as a giant ash tree. Yggdrasil is a great world tree that connects all levels of existence. The world of gods, Asgard, the world of humans, Midgard, and the world of dead, Hell, and many other realms. Its branches stretch over the heavens, and its roots extend deep into various worlds. The connection to trees highlight the idea that humans are part of nature and the fate of the world. In Norse myths, the idea of originating from a tree emphasizes not only physical creation of humans, but also the importance of the gods' gifts. Without them giving a tree breath, mind, and senses, the tree would still have remained pieces of wood.
What if everything we see, feel, and believe is a part of program? Today's technology already lets us create virtual worlds and artificial intelligence. Imagine that highly advanced civilization could do simulations far more realistic than our own reality. We may not see the creators, but just like characters in a video game, we wouldn't know we're being watched. Maybe we're not living in reality, but inside the simulation.
What if life on Earth didn't begin here? That's the idea behind panspermia, the theory that life or its building blocks came from space. Imagine this. Billions of years ago, a rock carrying teeny tough microbes was drifting through the space. It crashed into a young Earth. It finds warmth and water to survive. And from that spark, life began. Why do scientists even think this is possible? Some microbes can survive space conditions. We've even tested them outside the International Space Station. Plus, we've found organic molecules in meteorites, comets, and deep space. And early Earth was bombarded by space rocks, causing plenty of chances for life to catch a ride. So, did life start here or arrive here? We don't know yet, but panspermia opens our eyes to a bigger idea. We might be the universe's travelers.
Thank you for watching this video up to the end. I hope you find some new information. It was Orient English, and stay with us.